Hello, everybody, and welcome to our campaign finale of Hearts of Madness. Let's see how it ends. Some announcements before we begin. There's a new episode of Demystifying DMing up on the podcast site, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean if you want to listen on Podbean. It's all about player success, and is there such a thing as too much player success? And as Sam advertises it, the answer may surprise you. Also, in the process of doing the backlog of all of the Beneath the Tide episodes. Because editing podcasts is very therapeutic for me, so that's what I will be doing for the next long time. Who knows how long that'll take to get caught up, because we are on episode 51 tonight. And episode 6 for the podcast, so we'll see what happens. No promises, obviously, because that's a lot of work. That's it for announcements. Oh, no, it's not. After the finale tonight, we'll be doing Beneath the Tide as always, but for the next couple weeks, we'll be doing one-shots in this slot. Up until the next campaign for this slot gets sorted out, and casts can get sorted out, and art can get sorted out. But next week, the one-shot, we're going to be returning to a location that featured in this time slot before. So next week's one-shot, we're doing a little one-shot called Return to House from Bent Hill.
Oh.
So, all new characters, obviously. But if you haven't seen House from Bent Hill, it's fucked up. So we'll be doing a one-shot for that next week, and then whatever else happens in the weeks after might do different systems. Might not just be strictly D&D. Yeah. Those are the announcements. So before we begin, a little recap. Last time you guys basically saved Mithril, did some wishes, did another wish to kind of bring everybody back who was killed in the conflict that was good and wanted to come back and weren't Illithid. And took the first steps towards destroying the artifacts that were evil and found in the Illithid's sort of hive in Pandemonium. The choices were to go to Pandemonium and find the mirror in the Bleak Cabal headquarters and just toss them in, or seek out the ancient green dragon that lived in the nearby forest of Cormanthor and just get the dragon to destroy the artifacts at a price. And that is what the players decided to do. You all contacted Valisar, who revealed that now that the Mithril has been restored, some of her magical capabilities have as well, and she turned into an ancient gold dragon and essentially ferried the party members to this mountainous cave where the party encountered an ancient green dragon named Varn and had a little talk with him. Everything went fine. No one got hurt. No one got attacked by a dragon. But some items were taken from the dragon, or taken by the dragon and added to his hoard to pay for the destruction of these very powerful evil artifacts. After doing so, the party left and made their way down the mountain, and after a long descent, blinked and found themselves standing in the streets of Waterdeep once again. And a strange old man in an alleyway was beckoning them over. Curiosity filled the party, and they approached said old man, who turned out to be Halaster Blackcloak, the Mad Mage of Undermountain, who was responding to Melody's sending that was sent to him, and basically was here to collect Melody to begin his apprenticeship in Undermountain right then and there. After kind of teasing the party with what would happen, possibly, down there, he gave them a year to kind of get their affairs in order before he comes a-knockin'. While this was all happening, Yirio was sent back to Mithril and snagged the bag of holding. The rest of the party were then sent soon after back to Mithril to get their affairs in order, and after saying his goodbyes, Yirio left the party and wandered into the woods of Cormanthor. And that's basically where we ended the session for the week, but we are doing a time skip. So we're going to go to each member of the cast and kind of figure out what they've been doing for the last year. And based on what I've been told briefly and what I have for the narrative, I believe we're going to be starting with Yirio and Auggan, who are together after this year gap. And after the campaign, obviously after the session technically ends, we'll be doing epilogues for everybody to see what they do for the rest of their life. But that brings us to Yirio and Auggan.
Can I start?
Yeah.
Auggan basically stuck around with Melody for a few months, helped as much as he can. He's not very magical, but he can lift and pack and carry stuff, so he did that for a while. But he got kind of bored with that and realized that he wasn't really helping. Melody was just, trying to make work, keep him busy type of thing. So Auggan decided he was going to go home for a while. He hadn't been there for quite a while. And he went to visit his mother. And where he's from is in the foothills, just west of Mirabar, just south of the spine. And when he got there, with George on his shoulder, he visited his mother, and he told her what had been going on for most of the last. He'd actually been gone for most of a year. He hadn't been with Melody and them that long. He was out adventuring before that, and he told her about how his adventuring party had been decimated by a group of Illithid. This was before, and then he told about how the Mad Mage had just somehow zapped him into his realm, and told her all about Melody and some of his friends and his newer friends like Rylie and Yirio. And then he asked his mother about Ildara. Ildara was Auggan's love. And Auggan had caught the chief's son raping Ildara, and he killed him. And that's why Auggan had to leave his tribe. The person who was doing this to his love was the son of the chief, and the chief swore vengeance on him, told him if he ever came back, he'd better watch out. Auggan wasn't scared anymore, though, so he came back to visit his mother. And while he was there, he got a message from Yirio. Go for it.
Okay, so departing from the group, Yirio mostly spent his time exploring and uncovering tales and rumors and hearsay of possible evil anomalies and entities within Faerun. He, knowing that he is strong and capable, he caught wind of a settlement that was being attacked, destroyed, pressured, whichever the word would be, by an adult white dragon. He, knowing he is capable, but feeling he could use backup, he contacted Auggan. Told Auggan to meet him at the base of the Kelvin's Cairn Mountain, so they essentially can ascend the mountain and face this evil entity.
All right. So yeah, Auggan and Yirio, after about a year apart, you guys kind of get to the base of Kelvin's Cairn in Icewind Dale, an Arctic-like tundra in Faerun. And the mountain is massive, snow-peaked, mists kind of forming around the top from the sheer just cold. And you begin your ascent, and it doesn't take long to reach the top for you too. You're very nimble. Auggan's huge, so the climbing is just, second nature almost. Just
His second nature. Auggan comes from very nearby.
he does. And after about an hour or so of just straight climbing, determination, you two come to the top of Kelvin's Cairn. Bones litter the top of this mountainside, this mountain peak rather. Bones of animals, monsters, people. And you feel the air shift almost on your skin. Just like it changes direction, almost by the presence of large wings. And through the swirling snow, you see a pair of icy blue eyes. Massive, belonging to an adult white dragon. What are you doing in my home?
Yirio is going to bow slightly, and he's going to pull a small satchel of gold that he's acquired over the year.
Mm-hmm.
We come to pay you tribute, and he kind of like lowers his head a bit.
All right, the adult white dragon with thunderous steps just. You can just hear snow cascading down the side of the mountain as it takes a step. You've seen bigger. It's only an adult dragon. But it approaches, and it gets within 10 feet, and you can see the sheer mass of its form, its wingspan, and it just looks down at you and Auggan. Tribute. What is your tribute?
Oh, jeez. He's going to do it. As he kind of bows and he comes up, his hand grips the hilt of his blade, and he's going to just charge as he's pulling the blade out. He's going to charge at the dragon.
All right. I need Auggan and Yirio to roll initiative.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Didn't do too bad there. So,
what'd you get?
I got 17.
Ooh. What'd you get, Auggan?
15.
15.
Do we have some heavy metal music to put on in the background?
I wish I could. Perfect. I wish I had the rights to use metal music.
Hang on, I'll get a guitar.
I think I have something, actually.
Because that would just be amazing for these two.
I know,
cakes
but
going to town.
I don't have the dragon. I don't have any copyright-free, royalty-free metal music. But I think I might have something that'll fit the theme. What's going on?
Yeah, let's go.
It's not metal, but hopefully. Alrighty, let's take a peek. Sorry, everybody. I didn't really plan music stuff. If I could use my buddy's music, that would be ideal. But again, they're signed by a record label, so I can't. Okay, this might work. Let's see. Let's listen to this and see. Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Again, apologies everybody. I'm trying to find something that's going to be really sweet. Oh, I have an idea.
Ooh.
Yeah, here we go.
I found something, Justin, in case you don't get anything.
It would have to be copyright or royalty free, though. I don't want to get in trouble. This is fun. This is fun. Whatever. Yeah, the opening cinematic from Cataclysm where Deathwing breaks free from the Earth. There we go. That works. Alrighty, so first up, Yirio, make an attack roll.
Shit, okay. Can I Hunter's Mark him first?
Totally. As you race toward, you just whooshing and race towards this white dragon.
So nervous. Okay. That's a 25 to hit?
That definitely hits.
Okay. Do you want me to roll all damage, or do you want me to roll my attacks and then...
Do whatever you want.
Cool, I'll roll my attacks first. Jeez, that's a 27.
Hits.
And then my third... Oh, that's a natural 19, so a 29.
Oh, yeah, just run up this dragon and just 3 slashes.
Okay,
out of the gate.
I'm gonna roll this in the rolls channel.
Yeah.
For us, because it's a lot. So it's 20. That's 21d8. Yeah, 21d8 with the sword.
Yeah.
Plus 21.
Yeah.
With the damage.
Yeah.
Plus
3d6.
Yeah. Plus 3d. Actually, I'm sorry. It's 22d8 because the third
that's right.
Deathstalker I get an additional d8 on top of that. So 22d8 plus 21 plus 3d6. So, that's not right. Did that calculate right? Oh, it did. Oh, that is 128 slashing damage.
Total.
Against. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
God.
Yeah, there's some acid damage thrown in there too.
So
There's
depending on all of this is just like you guys going like this is a Tuesday.
It's like a vermin infestation. Yeah, he runs up and he immediately takes a sword and flips it and cleaves up into like trying to cut the throat.
Yeah. Massive gashes. Yeah, and just blood splashes into the snow in torrents. And it actually like stumbles a bit onto its legs, almost collapsing from the sheer just ferocity of your strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
That's gonna be it.
Alrighty. 2 can play at that game. And it stands up. Do I do a breath weapon? Yeah, I do a breath weapon.
Okay.
Or do I do a 3 attack? No, I do a breath weapon. Cold, an icy blast of just cold breath in a 60-foot cone. I need Auggan and Yirio to make Constitution saving throws.
Good at those. Oh yeah, that's not good.
I'm good at those. Oh, that's not good. Ooh. All right. What'd you get?
I got a 14.
Auggan?
17.
Both fail. Yeah. You both take 65 points of cold damage. Just... Let's see if it recharges that. It does.
Oh.
And Yurio's the only one in range because Yirio ran up to it. So, it's going to fly 40 feet up. Just...
I'm going to do Sentinel.
Oh, that's right.
As he tries to flee,
Yep.
I'm gonna swing at him.
Yep.
Okay, that's a 22 to hit.
Hits. So he gets up into the air, and you just get him, like, kind of like in the chest and belly.
Not today. 76. That's 45 points of damage.
Fuck.
And he has no movement speed anymore.
So he just back on the ground. And is struggling to stand.
Auggan, your go.
And that'll bring it to Auggan.
I didn't see the lower part of what you were drinking, but it looked like you had like a juice box because of the type of straw you have. Oh, okay.
All right.
Just like, you're up, buddy. Juice box.
All right, Auggan. Yeah, it's your turn, Auggan. You just watched Yirio nearly decimate an adult white dragon by himself.
Auggan grabs his sword,
should have been
his great axe, and he says, "Screamer,
yeah,
are you ready?
Yeah.
Rage."
All right, Auggan, you rage in this blizzard on top of the mountain.
And oh, come on, Darryl. Okay. My mind just took a complete blank. What? Reckless.
Yeah. And you race towards the dragon, just through the snow.
Yep. Run right up to him. As close as I can get. And 26 to hit.
Hits. Just
like Matthew McConaughey in Reign of Fire.
Such a good movie.
20 points of damage.
Sorry. The dragon falls to the ground from the blow. It's bleeding out. Make another attack if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. 22 hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. It drops to the ground, and you raise your axe up, you bring it down. How do you want to do this? It has 7 hit points.
All right. That's another 22 points of damage. So
yeah, you guys killed.
He takes his axe and he basically wants to behead it. He wants the head.
So you and bring this axe down, and you just sever it behind the frills on its neck, and the axe sinks through like butter into the snow. Blood pools out and sprays. And there's a last twitch of movement as the dragon's body flails. The head snaps off and detaches, much like the Nazgul's dragon from Return of the King. Just the head just comes clean off into the snow and rolls 5 feet away. And the dragon's body just twitches and tumbles down the side of the mountain. Just
Auggan chases after it. He wants to take it home.
Yeah, the head's about 5 feet away. It's pretty big.
Yeah, no problem.
2 rounds, basically. Like, not even, no, 3 rounds. Not even.
Oh,
no, 3 turns. Yeah, not even, yeah, 3 turns.
1 round, not even finished.
6 seconds.
I meant 3 turns, yeah. 6
I didn't
seconds.
even have to frenzy. Good grief.
Yep. Not even 6 seconds to kill a white dragon.
Auggan looks at Yirio. Was that it? Really?
And he just kind of like looks to the sword that he has. And he's like, well.
Auggan looks at your sword too. That's pretty remarkable.
What it's made for. And he kind of sheaths it. Does this. Can I look for a cave or.
There is no cave.
Oh.
It's laying just on top of this mountain.
Oh. Can I look for? Is there any kind of goodies? Any supplies?
Sure, give me a investigation check.
All right.
Auggan follows along with him.
Yeah.
18.
18. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can find some stuff. You find dragon scale mail. White dragon scale mail. Basically, made of scales of a kind of dragon. Blah, blah, blah. +1 to your AC. Advantage on saving throws against dragons' frightful presence and breath weapons. And you have resistance to one type of damage. So cold damage, because it is the white dragon scale mail. You can also focus your sentences as an action to magically discern the distance and direction to the closest dragon of a type of armor within 30 miles of you. So yeah, you find dragon scale mail. What else? This is the last session, so... And an orb of dragon kind.
Okay.
And... fuck it. 100 platinum.
100 platinum?
Yeah, that's what you find.
Yeah. Very nice.
Nice.
Well, that was... Thank you. Do you want any of the teeth or scales, Auggan?
I'm just going to take the head.
The whole head?
Yeah, I'm going to take it back to my village. And then I'm ready to head back to where Melody is. It's on the way, basically.
I don't know. You guys sure you don't want to just go around the rest, like every week, and just kill dragons?
Take care of all the dragons in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, that armor, nice, but still doesn't do. But jeez, okay. Yeah, he's gonna help. Yirio will tag along with Auggan, seeing that he essentially helped him.
All right. Sure. So, over the next couple of days, you guys return to the village at the base of the mountains in Icewind Dale and show proof of this slain white dragon that had been terrorizing the settlements. You each get paid in as much gold as they can handle. So after the end of your day of showing off this dragon head, each of the villages, that's 5 villages total, no, there's 10 total in Icewind Dale, in the area you guys are in, they each give you 100 gold. So 100 times 10. 1,000 gold each from all the settlements combined. And free room and board whenever you're in the area.
Cool.
And eventually you guys make your way back to Auggan's home.
Auggan walks into the village carrying this thing over his shoulder.
All the other Goliaths are just cheering at the sight of this just
walks up
white
to
dragon
the chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Walks up to the chief's cabin, tent, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Drops it down in front and says, if you ever have a problem with me again, just look at this and remember what I did. And he turns around. He walks back to his mother's place, gives his mom a big hug, and says, thank you for all you've done for me, but I have a job to do.
Okay.
Yay. And if Yirio's okay with it, they'll just head off back to where Melody is.
Alright, so as you guys make your way back to wherever the fuck Melody is, there's a popping sound just off the road, and sitting on a rock, on the side of the road, is an old man with wild, unkempt hair, a wild beard, just wild eyes, a robe, a cloak of just eyeballs blinking, holding a staff, and he's like, "It's time to collect! The year is up!" Shall we go?
Yeah, he looks to the Auggan. Yeah, that's all right.
To Melody! And when he's talking, he's moving his hands a lot. He's like, yes, to Melody. We're just going to go see Melody. And we're going to have a talk. See if he's still keen on being my 8th apprentice. And after about a minute passes of him waving his hands and talking, I need you both to make wisdom saving throws as he attempts to cast Geas on you both.
Oh, no.
Wisdom?
Oh, I'm pretty good at that.
No,
It's not too
that's
bad.
not good at that.
Auggan, what'd you get?
Yes, 10.
10, that's a fail. Yirio, what'd you get?
22.
Fuck, that just makes the DC.
It was 16 plus 6, yeah.
Yeah, 22 just beats the DC. And he's like, alright then. He looks at Auggan. Don't run away. And basically for Gias, if you try to do anything against what he commands you to do, you take psychic damage.
Is this like a charm or something? Because I can't be charmed.
Oh, correct. Doesn't work then either. He's like,
cannot be charmed.
Interesting. Yeah, so never mind. He's like, interesting. Well,
nice try.
Well, I figured it would work. Let's go. And he snaps his fingers, and you guys teleport. That'll bring us to Rylie. What's Rylie been up to?
So Riley's main goal over this time is she wants to help Melody with whatever he's doing. So you might want to go with him first because that'll...
Okay, that changes everything. Let's go with Melody then. Melody and Rylie. So we'll go with Melody first then.
Alright. Y'all ever hear about a thing called Minecraft? Well, Melody is like, I need some resources. How am I going to do this? And he, with the help of Rylie, summons and binds Zorn.
A Zorn.
That he
My
then uses,
Conjure Elemental.
That he then uses to sniff out valuable spell components.
Okay.
Like gems and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a pig to truffles. And he uses that to amass a certain amount of wealth over this long period of time. And while doing so, he creates a tower near his near the farm that he sets up for all of this stuff. So he sets up this tower, sets up the wards and things that he's learned along the way. For instance, the Private Sanctum spell and the Guards and Wards spell on this tower. Then, during all this, he goes to amass enough wealth. He then creates a simulacrum to further help out with all of these chores and menial tasks to just prepare. And close to the end date, after putting in a lot of study, setting up certain contingencies, he themes his tower towards a set of challenges for the Mad Mage. He also, using the information from the Tome of the Whispered One, I forget what it... Justin, was it the tome that gave Melody the clone spell the first place?
No. That was a different book.
Okay. But would you say Melody would have been able to get clone?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
That's a powerful spell.
It is. Melody had seen it once before, though.
I know.
Okay. Arcana check. That is a 23.
Sure.
Okay. So doing that, for one of his level ups, he would also have selected the sequester spell. So he casts sequester on the clone thing, to kind of erase it from existence until certain things were met.
Yep.
And then he sends a message to his friends to meet up whenever they can to prepare for this.
Yeah.
But I imagine these guys were in the middle or on the way to fight a white dragon, and we're like, sure, we'll do that when you get done. And then, oops.
All right. It's Melody.
Well, it's a good chance we were finished.
Right.
Like there was a year in there.
So, Melody and Rylie,
Yeah.
you guys are hanging out at the tower, doing whatever, on the farm. And you hear a popping teleportation sound in the farmyard, rather. Just outside the doors of the farmhouse. Melody! We're here to collect. Knock, 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 knock. I brought your friends with me, Auggan and Yirio.
That ruins our plans a little bit. Rylie and Melody.
Or if they're not in the farmhouse, it's cool. I don't know where you guys are actually currently, so.
Melody and Rylie are at the top of the tower.
Okay, so he's knocking on the farmhouse door.
Position.
Yeah, so he's just like...
And Melody will send well, I mean, there are essentially two melodies. One of them is the simulacrum. One of the melodies is going to go and open the door.
To the tower?
Yes.
Okay, so Mad Mage turns around and goes, ah! And wanders over with Yirio and Auggan.
I have a interesting experience for you today.
Okay.
Though it does require the efforts of my friends there. Call it a challenge with perhaps some loot at the end. A sort of a role play, or change of dynamic.
I'll entertain this for a little bit.
All right.
But should I get annoyed, I can just make it all go away.
For sure. All right. Well, if you would give us a few moments, Auggan, Yirio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll escort Power.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna have him cast a spell on himself real quick, just to be safe, which he does.
And the Melody will message or sending them and tell them to set up in the way they had discussed or in a previous sending, and tell them to get into position. Yeah. So, the melody down at the bottom of the tower then greets the Halaster. Well, all right, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and enter my tower, make it through a couple challenges, and we can discuss things further.
Fine. And he just walks in.
Halaster Blackcloak. As you enter the first level of Melody's tower, you're greeted by wind that blows your beard and messy hair all the way around your face. It's cloudy. There's cacophonous sound and strobing light. Do a perception check.
Oh, easy. 22.
Throughout, despite it being loud and just flashes of disorienting light everywhere, in the distance you do see a figure standing by the stairs.
Hello.
And as you approach, the wind whipping past your face, and your beard and hair going everywhere, you see Yirio.
Yeah, Halaster sighs out loud and walks over.
Greetings, and he gives like a little flourish of a bow. I have a riddle for you, Halaster Blackcloak. If you solve it, I'll escort you to the next level.
Great.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I can crack without breaking. I can clap without hands. After a flash, I'm the chorus that follows. What am I?
I don't fucking know. I have an intelligence of 24, but I imagine it's not going to help for fucking riddles.
It's simple.
Can you see stairs or anything going up?
There is a hatch.
Okay.
But just to remind you, it is there is like flashes of light and booming sounds throughout this entire area.
Okay, we're gonna start wasting some spells. He's just gonna cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. The fog in the area subsides.
That's what we.
No,
I gotta mark
like...
what slots I'm fucking wasting. That's okay. Yep.
And there's still booming sounds and light.
Okay.
But surprisingly, the rest of this lair is empty.
Wait, what's the riddle again?
I can crack without breaking. I can clap without hands. After a flash, I am the chorus that follows. What am I?
Yeah, no fucking idea. So, yeah, no idea. I don't do riddles.
Halaster, I figured this would be fun.
Can I show you what I find fun?
I don't think so.
I'm not here to kill anybody. I'm here to have fun, too.
You're kind of like, throat. Melody, I don't know what to do.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
He's gonna
the Melody standing next to the Mad Mage.
Oh yeah, he's still there. That one. Got it. Okay.
He's gonna boop Yirio in the snow and attempt to turn Yirio into a toad with polymorph.
Love that.
So I need a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 7.
Yeah, you're a toad.
That for me.
I solved the riddle.
Yeah, all right. Melody waves a hand and the hatch opens. Melody goes and picks up Yirio.
Alright, and since he can do this at will, he's just going to cast Fly on himself and float up through the trapdoor.
Alright, cool. As you enter this new area, you see a hallway with a door and a handle at the bottom.
What the fuck's that?
It's a looks to be a thin door.
Okay, walk
like kind of the ones you see from what is it? God of War and like Bloodborne and stuff, where you lift from the bottom and you pull them up.
All right, he's gonna try to do that.
All right, do a strength check.
11.
That succeeds. You, Mad Mage reaches down, easy enough. The door goes and locks into place. Halaster, nice flex you got there, bud.
Yeah.
And and you immediately see the corridor wind around a bend.
Follows
The corridor, and you're accompanied by another door, and this one is stone.
Goes to open it.
Strength check.
Natural 1. Fuck.
See if you hadn't.
Fuck it. Cast knock on it.
It is unlocked. But you still got to open it, right?
Yeah.
How is knock worded?
It just unlocks something.
Yeah.
Even if it's locked magically, it unlocks it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not locked.
He turns back to the similar. Not the similar. He turns back to Melody behind him.
Hey, what's up? I could have my buddy help you with that, but he's kind of a frog right now.
He's gonna try to open the door again. 18.
That succeeds. Halaster, I imagine, just and his wiry, crazy live wizard body goes and chucks the.
Can he shut the door before? Can you shut the door before before Melody gets through it?
How are you planning to
just turn around and shut the door?
Because when you lift it up, it locks.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. He was going to cast Arcane Lock and just keep going. All right.
And as you open the slats and it locks into place, you see Auggan standing before you.
Hello.
Hey.
What's your fucking riddle?
Auggan says, suffering the fierce savagery of war, I saved my bear's body with my own, and I received countless lethal blows for the sake of others. What am I?
I don't know. Giant.
No, I'm not giant. I'm a shield.
Oh.
Oh, thanks. The answer's a shield.
Yeah.
Can I show you a puzzle, Auggan?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's such a waste of a spell slot. But he doesn't want to kill anybody, so Auggan, he snaps his fingers, and you find yourself in a labyrinthian demiplane, and he casts a maze on you.
Huh?
Is that concentration?
Yeah.
Okay, Yirio's back then.
Yep. And he's no longer... Yeah, but Auggan's currently...
Melody.
Yeah, yeah, Auggan is currently gone.
Auggan just starts wandering.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, now where?
Well, I mean, Auggan was gonna light the way, but shucks.
I can lead if you need me to, Melody.
Nah. Here we go.
Okay.
And Melody will knock on a stone, and the stone will, a set of stones will come out from the wall, forming a stairway up to the next area.
Okay. Auggan, make an intelligence check to see if you find the end of the maze.
Nat 20.
What the fuck? Okay, the DC to find the end of the maze is a 20. So you get out of the maze after about 5 minutes.
Plus 1.
Yeah, so you're out of the maze.
Am I back where I was?
Yeah.
Auggan has this rare moment of clairvoyance in the middle of this maze, and is just like, I know where I am.
So yeah, I guess Halaster will follow Yirio up the stairs.
And as Halaster, as you go up the stairs, you start to see some webbing and stuff start to fill your path. Once you reach the top, the entire area is filled with webs.
He looks at all the webs.
Would you say Halaster has worked up a sweat,
No.
lifting those things? No? Okay.
There's nobody standing in the webs, right?
What do you mean?
Fireball.
And the entire floor, the webs all burn away, and left behind
Fucking wasting
at the far end of the area is Rylie.
Oh.
Wasn't expecting that.
It's a good thing I didn't hit you. You would have been dead.
Yeah, that is lucky.
What's your fucking riddle?
Here it is. Stronger than steel, yet lighter than cotton, found in a corner, forever forgotten. I bother so many, but marvel a few. You can't seem to make me. I'm a mystery to you.
Webs.
What? Good job. What do I do now, Melody?
And you start to hear two claps. Pretty much two people clapping.
Yep.
And you see that there are now two melodies. And one of them is standing there with his arms outstretched, and the other one is standing there with the Tome of the Whispered One.
He's going to point at the one who is not holding the tome.
Before you do anything, you should probably listen to what I have to say, because certain contingencies have been put in place.
Oh, don't worry. Maybe I have some too.
All right, well, you want to listen to what I have to say, or are you going to do what you're going to do?
You go first.
All right. Well, I have decided to let you... you could say I am... I have been persuaded by my friends to pursue other avenues. Now, that said, I want to give you the opportunity to choose whether to take me, and he holds his arms out, or this this book here. Now, based on, did you have fun? Did you have fun with in my little tower? No. Oh, see, gosh, I guess I'm not.
It's a shame you're not an Undermountain. You could have spent years perfecting this kind of thing.
No, I'm sure. I don't know. I mean, looks like I didn't quite impress you, huh? I had a whole year to do this. This is all I got. I don't know. Anyway, if that leaves you wanting, well, like I said, you could have this book. I have not been able to make heads or tails of most of it, mostly because I felt myself going insane, reading it, in my downtimes. So, yeah, I'll give you the choice.
Before we continue,
choose this tome or myself.
Is there anything invisible around?
Not where.
Anywhere within 120 feet.
No.
Okay. Making sure because his robe of eyes basically gives him true sight as long as he's wearing it.
Okay. Cool. Oh. Yeah, there's nothing invisible.
Wait a minute. Okay. Alright. He's like, Interesting. I was promised an apprentice, though.
Yeah. I mean, you could, again, like I said, you could choose one or the other. It is up to you.
Well, I also don't have to choose.
Me, the tome will not survive.
I also don't have to choose you at all. I could choose anybody here.
You know, if you, I don't know if you think that would be very fun.
And how exactly do you plan on destroying the Tome of the Whispered One?
What do you mean?
You said it would be lost.
Yeah.
Which one of you is the real Melody?
What do you mean? Melody holds out his hands.
This motherfucker. Alright. He's gonna look at the one.
Oh, right. I'm going to message everyone else and tell them which one the real Melody is.
He's gonna point at,
so you don't think I'm doing any shenanigans with which one it actually is.
He's gonna point at the one with the tome and just cast Dispel Magic at. Fuck.
You have to cast Dispel Magic for a specific effect, correct? So if there's multiple things in that zone, you have to
choose one creature. Yeah, he's pointing at Melody holding the tome and casting Dispel Magic just in case it's a. And he's gonna cast it at a higher level, and he's gonna fucking burn a fucking 9th level spell slot to do so.
Okay.
So he's using a 9th level spell slot to cast Dispel Magic on Melody holding the book.
Cool. That Melody falls to snow. And, the other Melody that had his arms outstretched is like, I mean, game's still on. I don't know what that was all about.
I agree. I think we should both show each other respect right now. Give me one moment. And that Halaster falls to snow.
Nice. All right.
And then there's another Halaster shows up. All right.
I love this.
So we both have the same idea. Interesting. But I'm back at full.
All right.
He looks at the book. And at Melody. And at everybody else. Rylie, Auggan, and Yirio. And what if I choose one of them for my apprentice?
I don't think you'll get much out of it.
Well, I have some apprentices who were never trained in wizardry, and they became quite good at it. Jobrand, Muriel.
Well, I mean, if it's a scrap you want.
I don't want a scrap.
No, yeah, I don't think either of us.
I think we'd know this would be one-sided.
Yeah.
I need an apprentice, though. I need someone to take
Like I
over
said,
Undermountain when
like I
I'm
said.
gone. All right.
You could totally choose me. It's just me or the book.
Oh, fuck.
You could still pick me, bud.
The thing about Halaster is he can't be tricked.
This isn't like a big like trick here. I'm not like.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what he would pick though, and not what Justin would pick. All right. He grabs the tome of the Whispered One and carries it over to himself with his mage hand.
All right. Melody clicks his fingers, and a little dissolve occurs, and a certain contingency spell drops, and he's got the tome.
Okay, and Halaster starts looking through it. It's a good thing I'm already mad. And there's like flipping through the pages. Oh, a lot of this stuff in here could be good for Undermountain.
That's what I figured. I had a...
Oh! And he comes across a familiar page with the drawings of the hand and the eye.
Yeah. Melody is just like looking at everybody else, and it's just like, let's just get out of here. He says in the mind thing, let's go, guys.
All right. Well,
Sneaking away.
that went better than I thought it would. He puts the tome under his arm. Don't ever come back to Undermountain.
Don't plan on it.
And he
Have fun.
teleports away.
Thanks, guys. I think we made him. I think we made myself look pathetic enough to where he did not want me. This is great.
That was essentially it, yeah. All right. Yeah, so he teleports away. You guys are in the tower.
All right.
That ended quicker than I thought. But yeah, you guys are free to do whatever.
Yeah, just said you were like, you didn't want to take too much time. There it is. Boom.
Yeah. Halaster's not a patient individual.
I wouldn't think so.
And the good thing about simulacrums is they can use all the spell slots of whoever casts them, and
I know.
the person can be like, oh, I still have all my spells. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, it's a good spell.
I had a couple things going on there, but yeah. Whew, that was a good dispel. Well, would you guys say that's a bullet dodged?
Yeah, really.
Seems like it.
Melody, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
That is a year's worth of planning and setting things up. Do you know how much money I lost just now? So much.
There's
that farm out there.
There's a knock on the bottom of the tower door, like at the very base. Just like.
Okay.
I'll get it. Runs downstairs.
Melody's gonna summon Willie.
Okay.
Have Willie.
All right. So Auggan, Rylie, and Willie get to the bottom of the stairs. Auggan, they open the door, and you see a sort of like nobleman standing there. holding a piece of parchment. Just collecting land taxes. It's the time. It's the time of year where land taxes is paid.
Yes, just one moment. I go back up.
Tower wasn't here before.
Melody, do we have any leftover?
Leftover what?
For taxes?
Taxes?
You know, for land tax.
Well, I don't have what one might consider a job, but
Do you need money, Melody?
Let's have a talk with this tax man. Melody will
Okay.
go down there.
Okay.
Follow.
Yeah, it's like a kind of plump, pompous, curled mustache beret on the side of his head. Just, yes, I'm here to collect your tax money for the farmland and this strange tower. Did you have permits to build this tower?
Permits?
He starts writing on his piece of paper.
Beans.
So, for the land tax this year, you're looking at 500 gold.
Huh. I can't say that I have that at the
All
moment.
right, and he writes on a piece of parchment. Noted. I'll be taking this to the crown.
I have 20 gold.
That's nowhere near enough.
I could throw in a little bit too.
What's your name, sir?
Isaiah.
Isaiah?
Hello, Isaiah.
Hello?
Isaiah.
Yes.
What's this gonna cost me?
The 500 gold for the land tax.
And
500 gold for the land tax. Yes.
What about you gave me a weird look when you said something about permits.
Oh, yes, the tower. Did you have a permit to build the tower here?
I didn't. I wasn't aware that I needed a permit.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
All right. I'll be back in a couple days to see if you have everything in order. If not, an eviction notice will be handed out to you.
All right.
And he,
No, yeah. That. Mm-hmm.
and he clambers on board a horse and just whoosh.
Melody, giving a look at this guy. Is there anything off about him?
Nope.
Like inspecting like the stuff that was like what he was wearing and the stuff he was writing with.
Looked like a nobleman. He had flying feathered quill, parchment.
All right, guys, we gotta move.
Melody,
Yeah.
What's a permit?
Hell if I know. I haven't spent enough time in civilized society to.
Okay, we're leaving anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
we're
getting
not
out
gonna
of
stay here. Okay.
Melody will, and then the tower will just dissolve. Let's get out.
Let's go.
Any of you got a lead on anywhere? Next
I'm
big thing.
just following
Go to
you.
the next town. I
You
guess.
see Yirio, he pulls a green orb from his
Yeah.
satchel.
Mm-hmm.
It looks to be like almost like a dragon is carved within it, and he like jade, and he lifts it and shows Melody. Do you care to do a little dragon hunting? And he looks to the other three.
Dragon hunting.
Me and Auggan took down an adult white. What was that, Auggan? A couple days ago, if that, a day or two ago.
A few hours, whatever.
Few hours.
My
Wow, that's impressive.
congratulations.
It was easy.
It really was.
In less than 6 seconds.
All right.
Yeah.
This can make us some money.
Wouldn't mind another adventure.
It has been an entire year of
just
I've got-
decorating.
I'm a little chair sore, if you get what I'm saying. My rope has not seen enough.
We've been a little caged in.
Oh yeah, Melody's still a turtle, I forgot.
Yep.
Well, here, and he hands it to Melody, the Orb of Dragonkind. You seem more proficient with items like this, so...
He's not attuned with it, so he can't use it.
Well, Yirio wouldn't be either, right? Because he just got it?
He got it a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's been a couple days. Because we had to drag the head all the way to Auggan's.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, he's attuned to it. He's attuned to it currently. He is.
So you guys... Okay, it was a couple days ago that you killed the dragon, not like 6 hours ago.
Yeah.
Also, Yirio, when you attempt to give the orb to Melody, it doesn't let you. You cannot. You cannot voluntarily end your attunement to it.
That was a joke. I was jesting. I'm gonna keep this in my bag.
Psych.
Yirio, and the orb speaks to you for the first time, only in your head. I know where we could go.
Yes.
Avernus to free my mother. Tiamat.
I don't think my sword, and he kind of like grabs the handle.
And it's going to cast Suggestion on you.
Oh, fuck. Love that.
Oh, wait, you have to roll a wisdom save.
Oh. Oh, that's 15 plus 6 is a 21.
Yeah, you do not feel... Suggestion does not work. But it can do that at will.
Shit.
I really think we should go.
What's going on?
It's trying to tell me to go to Avernus to free its mother. I can only assume this mother is not good. Oh, shit. I shouldn't have tuned to this without knowing.
Just use me to destroy the orb.
Okay, and he tosses the orb on the ground and grabs the sword. And he's gonna...
The orb of dragon kind of shatters.
Sword's pretty good.
We just slayed a dragon. There was a dragon spirit in there.
So that's 2. Okay. Well,
Yirio, what's going on, buddy? You just did a lot of weird stuff in succession.
yeah, the sword has a... the sword has a entity in it.
Oh, yeah.
Orb apparently had one too.
Yirio. It's been a year.
Oh, I was like, no. Yes.
When are you planning on destroying me?
I can do it now, and he pulls the ring. I can do it now if you wish.
And you'd be wasting a wish on that. You're not wasting, but using a wish on that?
It's the only means that I know of.
We could go to where I was made. Well, where my essence comes from. Or you could fight me, and then just kill me, and then we could do it that way.
No, that's quite all right.
Do what you wish.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be now, but as long as you promise to do it at some point.
I did promise you, and I will do that. It's only been a year. If you feel our journey is complete together, I can destroy you now.
Let's go a little longer. There's still dragons out there.
All right.
Ancients.
Okay. He still looks. Do you still want to go dragon hunting to the others?
Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of dragon you looking for?
What's closest?
Can we?
Varn.
Bad guys. This is the way. This is the way to die. This is a campaign and dead.
To be fair,
Dragon.
the four of you only know the location of one dragon. Two, actually.
Two.
The ancient gold,
Dragon.
which isn't evil, and Varn, the ancient green. Then there's Tiruli, the young green dragon in Undermountain.
Not there.
We are not allowed to go there.
Oh.
I mean, we don't have to do this now. This could be something that we accomplish
Yeah.
later. We can do a little investigating, a little sussing out, and
Hey, could I suggest maybe some adventuring?
as long as we don't go back to Undermountain. And,
No problem.
yeah, then I am.
Yeah.
What did you have in mind?
Well, when I went out before, I just started wandering down the road, and pretty soon I met some people, and then pretty soon we got in trouble, and pretty soon we killed some people and looted some people, and, it just happened.
Okay.
Justin,
Yeah.
do I have any knowledge of any teleportation circles other than the one in Semberholm?
At this point, probably. Not a bunch more.
Okay.
Let me roll. No, I'll take a roll. Cool. You have one in Candlekeep. A very big kind of library fortress just outside of Baldur's Gate. There's nothing of adventuring in there. It's just a massive place of knowledge. Let's give you another one. We'll go with... Yeah, let's go. One nestled in the port city of Port Nine Zaru on the continent of Chult.
How do you spell that? Not Cholt, but Port.
I will... Oh yeah, Port. Nyransaru.
Excellent. Thank you. Well,
And you would know that there's a curse afflicting Chult right now. It's called the Death Curse, and people who die stay dead, and their souls get siphoned into a thing called the Meat Grinder. In the place known as the Tomb of the Nine Gods.
I have heard of some weird stuff happening in Port Nyransaru in Cholt. Here it's kind of a kind of muggy, tropical horror show, but seems to be a curse or affliction or something that's killing people and having them stay dead, sucking up souls and whatnot. Any of that sound good on you?
It doesn't sound like I'd like the weather much, but sure.
Yeah,
I'm up for helping.
seems like a good cause.
No metagame. Let's do it.
All right, you guys. So Melody, you spend 10 seconds or a minute or 10 minutes to start. 1 minute to start drawing a teleportation circle.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You finish drawing the coordinates or whatever you need to do to get to Port Nyanzaru. Nyanzaru. Yes.
Nyan Cat. Nyanzaru.
Mm-hmm. And you go through, teleport.
Let's go, everybody go! Hoot!
Alright, you all disappear from this countryside and reappear in a tropical city under the blazing sun. The familiar sounds of a harbor, creaking ropes, slapping waves, heavy barrels rolling across cobblestones, mingle with voices shouting and cursing in an unfamiliar language filled with clicks, inhalations, and sing-songy words that make it sound almost musical. The aroma of unfamiliar spices and tropical fruit mixes with the wharfside smells of fish, tar, and canvas. Beyond all that, Port Nyanzaru is an explosion of color. Buildings are painted in bright shades of blue, green, orange, and salmon pink, or their walls are adorned with murals portraying giant reptiles and mythical heroes. Every building sports baskets and clay urns of colorful flowers or is draped in leafy, flowering vines. Minstrels in bright clothing adorned with feathers and shells perform on street corners. Multicolored pennants and sun awnings flutter atop the city walls. And a crowd of children, dressed in feathered hats and capes, races past you, squealing in delighted terror as a street performer costumed as a big-toothed lizard stomps and roars behind them. The whole city seems to be bustling, sweating, laughing, swearing, and singing, and all around the city is a dense, massive jungle.
Oh man, it's like I jumped in a bowl of soup.
Yes. Hot, man.
It's very warm.
Okay.
I think I'm regretting this already. Well, let's
see if we can help these people.
Yep, let's ask for
do it.
directions. See what we can do to help.
You see a merchant wearing, like, shells and feathers, dark skin. How may I help you? You just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
Well, then you tell us. How can you help us?
I don't know. What are you? What?
If I may, fine sir, we intrepid adventurers here, newcomers, are.
Oh, adventurers! Are you here to end the curse?
Yes.
More or less, yeah.
Okay, that way. And he points off into the jungle. You're looking for the Tomb of the Nine Gods. It's where a Sararak lives.
That's
Sararak?
A Sararak.
Sararak.
He's a big old lich.
Oh,
he's
I
a
see.
what?
Lich.
Okay. That way you said, or that?
That way.
Okay.
He points to, like, the northeast.
Okay.
Into the jungle.
Shit. Okay. I guess we can go.
It's at the base of the cliffs.
Oh boy.
Do you know who a Sararak is?
Nah, got any
Oh
got
dear.
any,
All
things we can
right.
look out for here?
Yeah.
We're kind of going in blind here, and we're kind of hoping that some people might give us some more info.
That's interesting. A Sararak. Let me just pull up my mind bank.
Every time you say his name, I want to go to a bar and order a Cesarak. Have you guys ever had one of those?
No.
It's
So-
a good drink. You should order it sometime.
If you own a copy of the Dungeon Master's Guide, on the front cover is a Sararak.
Don't look that up.
He is a
Oh yeah.
he created something called the Soulmonger, and it lies in the Tomb of the Nine Gods, and it is the cause of this death curse. no one has really gone to kill him. He's very powerful.
Very ugly, too.
Yes, and he's been to the negative energy plane. Basically befriended an Atropal. He traps the souls that die inside his maze and basically absorbs them.
So avoid them and don't die.
There'd be more information that we could explore and explain if we were playing the adventure module Tomb of Annihilation. But that's the gist. He's very powerful.
Got any shortcuts where we could just fight this guy?
Straight to him.
Oh, you want to go straight to Acererak? So you want to go to his lair of the... Okay.
His lair.
I mean, maybe not.
Maybe just give me the coordinates.
He explains in detail how to get to the tomb.
Okay, so now we know how to get there. Auggan walks past him and goes into town first.
Yeah, Auggan, what you got in mind?
I'm hungry.
I'm a meat seller, and he points to the stand behind him. There's meats hanging and everything.
Wow. Yeah, I'm hungry as well.
I have meat. Do you want meat?
I have good berries if we want those.
Meat sounds good. And Auggan casts firebolt on a piece of meat and eats it.
Okay, so
firebolt
firebolt doesn't necessarily cook. So you basically
it doesn't have to be that cooked.
You just char the outside.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, interesting.
How does it taste?
So basically, Auggan's holding like a whole, like a quarter of a goat or something.
Just a whole leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, "Okay, all right, let's go."
Okay.
I used a spell slot. Sorry, guys.
What?
Firebolt's a cantrip.
Yeah, it's a cantrip. You're good.
Yep. Right. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Pay the man. Let's
Oh, if you're here to kill the Acererak, it's on the house.
We'll just go kill it.
Thank you.
Justin, you're just like, what has this become? What are we doing?
It's whatever. Everyone should maybe get an epilogue. But following this man's directions and moving through the harrowing traps and death, essentially, of the Tomb of Annihilation, you sneak past alcoves that contain tons of spheres of annihilation that you just simply walk into, you die. You slay the Atropal, get through traps, and eventually enter the throne room of one Acererak. Sitting on the throne, his long robes, a large crown, this undead-looking lich. Huh. Hello. I am Acererak. Who are you? Why are you here? Essentially.
We're just a bunch of boobs trying
don't
to stop
talk to
you
him,
from
Melody.
reaching
Let's just go kill him.
Oh no.
What is happening? Alright. Well.
Just a roll for
I could be having a nightmare.
Yeah, everybody roll for initiative and I'll ask you what you got. I don't have a room layout, so...
Oh my god.
Say it's a simple throne room.
Right. Ooh. Oops. I used my natural 20 for initiative.
I rolled really well. Oh god. This is terrible.
Oh dear. Alright, Auggan, what'd you get?
21.
Right.
Damn.
Melody, what'd you get?
21.
Rylie, what'd you get?
I got 12.
Yirio.
23.
Jesus. Alright, Yirio, you go first. This lich just sitting in a chair.
Oh, shit, they're doing it.
Who
Yep.
knows?
How far away
Who
is he?
knows if this is like, yeah.
About how far is he?
Like 25 feet away, sitting down.
Okay.
Notes.
He
Confetti.
he will hunter's mark.
Yep.
Serac. Okay.
Sure.
And charge. And just have the.
Cool. Make an attack roll.
It's a 25 to hit.
Man, that almost didn't hit.
Oh my.
No, I'm kidding. Roll damage.
I was like, wait.
Wait,
So he's not an evil dragon.
Melody, start up the engines.
Start the car! Start the car!
Teleportation circle again.
3d8. That's really good. 8, 11, 15 plus. Shit, I'm going to do these all together.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
sorry, yeah.
No worries.
Oh shit, that's another 25, another 15.
Okay. Like for damage, or these are all the attack rolls?
These are going to be my attacks.
Sure. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
You'll see.
Oh no.
God.
Third attack. Oh, that's a 27.
Hits.
Oh god, I rolled 3.
So just make this quick.
Yeah.
His AC's 21.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a warning.
Just letting you know.
It's, okay, 6. So that is 77 points of damage total.
Holy crap.
He's like, what the fuck?
Surprise!
Jeez.
Shit.
And you're sitting right in front of him.
Can he move around? Like,
Of course he can.
no, can Yirio
Of course he
shift?
can.
He has 40 feet, so can he, like, give a clear shot where Auggan can run up?
Oh, yeah.
So take a step, like, couple steps to the right.
Okay.
About 5 feet.
Sure. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right, he's going to use a legendary action.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And use Disrupt Life on you, Yirio.
Is that a spell?
Nope. Legendary
Oh.
action. So he's just going to... Oh, it's each creature within 20 feet. So, no, everyone is about 25 feet away. So the only person who has to do the save is Yirio.
Love that.
Constitution save.
Oh, hey, natural 1.
Oh no.
Love you mean it.
Actually,
Oh, well, you only take 36 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
As life is, like, siphoned out of you.
Ouch.
Auggan, it's your turn.
What's the chance we had a long rest since we killed that dragon or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, you
we
guys
did.
would have. Yeah. It was a couple of things that you guys were.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Auggan never slept those days. He just stayed up.
6 points of exhaust, or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
So Auggan's going to run up.
Mm-hmm.
Heart Screamer,
Yep.
Rage, Reckless.
Yep.
Nat 20 plus 10, 30 to hit.
Max damage plus roll damage.
Max damage is 20 plus d12. No, 23 plus d12.
Oh.
So 28 points of damage.
Okay.
And go again.
Yeah.
No, not so good this time. 16.
16 misses. Just into the chair that he's sitting in.
Okay, and then he's going to Frenzy.
Okay.
28 to hit.
Okay, just roll damage as you just start chopping up poor little lich in the chair.
12, 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay, that's pretty much all
Cool.
we can do for now.
Melody Buford Forrester.
Yikes. It has been a while since Melody has done anything like this. So he's going to immediately cast Greater Invisibility on himself.
Okay.
And how big is this room?
Not big. 35 by 35.
Okay. Melody's gonna stay away from this guy.
Yeah.
And keep slunked and he's going to stay away from his friends as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just gonna peel off to the left.
Okay. Anything else?
What?
No.
Doing that. You're making me think like everything I do is bad.
No. I'm just trying to figure out what's going to happen is all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do this and you go.
No. It's me stressing about something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe we broke them.
Yeah.
That's
like
it.
a little.
That's it for Melody's stuff.
Okay. That
As long
brings
as
it.
he's
The lich just liches us.
That brings it to a Sararak, who's going to use a 9th level spell slot and cast Time Stop. So he gets 4 turns in a row.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It was fun.
But that doesn't include legendary actions, right?
Nope.
Okay.
You can only use it at the end of other creatures' turns.
Yeah, the reactions.
So he is going to say, I advise you leave. That's his first turn.
Well, we can't do that, can we? Because of time stop.
That's his first turn.
Okay.
Second turn, I really implore you leave. You will die for sure.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Third turn. I don't want to use that spell. It's so mean. So I'm not going to. I won't. Okay. Someone told me to do it.
Oh no.
We got this.
All right, Yirio. He's going to look at you and you say, do it. And cast Power Word Kill on Yirio. What's your hit points?
I am at 116.
Okay, it doesn't work.
Oh boy.
Hey, baby, don't do that.
Yikers.
Right. His last turn, then. His last turn, he's going to cast Plane Shift. Oh, no, he can't do that. Hold on a second. I'm checking something. He can send you all the way. Nope, he can only send one person at a time. Cool. All right. He's going to... Yirio.
Mm-hmm.
Charisma saving throw.
Oh, that's lovely. It's not too bad. That's 18.
18 fails.
Sorry, do I see him casting something?
Obviously.
Can I gather what it is?
Plane Shift.
You can do that on other people.
Yeah, you can. They have to make a saving throw or they're gone.
Counterspell.
Okay, what level?
I think it's... What is that? Is that 7 or 8?
It's a 7th level
Melody
spell.
would know.
So you have to use 7 or higher.
Yeah, 7. Bam.
All right, ends Plane Shift, and that'll end Time Stop as well. Bringing it to Rylie.
Okay, I am going to
There goes my 7th level spell.
conjure an earth elemental.
He's going to use... Is that a spell you're using?
It is, let me check. It's not a spell, it's one of my things. I mean, it is I don't know how that works, because it's one of my features.
Then it's not a spell. Wait, but if it's, are you using it through a spell?
It's Through a spell. Yeah, it's
Then he's going to cast...
Once per long rest, you can conjure elemental.
Yeah, he's going to cast Counterspell.
Okay.
You would know, Rylie, that it takes a whole minute to cast conjure elemental.
Oh, shoot. Okay. So what does that mean? Is that...
You're going to take 10 rounds.
Couldn't
yeah.
cast it.
Yeah.
So can I choose something else, or are you going to...
Yeah, you can do something.
Okay. Then I am going to do my... oh, God, what is it called? Sorry, new stuff. A Dark Delirium, which is an attempt to charm him.
He is immune to charm, so it doesn't work.
Charm. Okay. Okay.
Anything else?
Shoot. That was my action, so...
okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Alrighty. So he's going to use a legendary action then. Tools are back. And lift up his Talisman of the Sphere. And move his Sphere of Annihilation somewhere 90 feet.
Wait, what?
And he's going to have the Sphere of Annihilation hit 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can't see me.
Nope, he can't. So I will roll a d3 instead.
And I'm standing right in front of him. Right?
Yep. Alright. Oh no. I'm just thinking here. Yep. He's just going to move the Sphere of Annihilation through Yirio. And obliterate Yirio. Just... So Yirio is dead.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, Sphere of Annihilation. He just...
Oh, you can just say, I'm going to kill this person right now, and then kill them?
Yeah.
There's no saving throw or anything?
Nope, not for a Sphere of Annihilation.
Really?
Nope.
Is.
Oh, hold on a second. Passes... Yeah. The sphere obliterates all matter it passes through and all matter that passes through it. Artifacts are the exception, unless an artifact is susceptible to damage from a Sphere of Annihilation. It passes through the sphere unscathed. Anything else that touches the sphere but isn't wholly engulfed and obliterated by it takes 4d10 force damage.
Okay.
So
I thought there might have been like a
nope.
Saving throw of some sort. Okay.
Nope. Just...
How's this guy looking?
Fine. That'll bring it to... Oh, no, Yurio's dead. That'll bring it to Auggan.
Oh, good. All right. Well, you know, the usual. Reckless. Rage first. I'm already raged.
Yep. The sword was not destroyed. Oh, wait. Hold on. No, it was not, because it's an artifact weapon.
18. That doesn't hit.
18 doesn't hit.
That and the ring.
Yeah, the ring is still intact, too.
31.
Hits.
$18 points of damage.
Okay.
And still frenzied. Nat 20.
Max damage plus roll damage.
Max damage is 23 plus roll. 31 damage.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Melody Buford Forrester.
Hey, how's he looking?
Still in triple digits.
Triple digits?
Yeah.
So here's a question. Does
Yeah.
Sphere of Annihilation count as magic?
It is a magical item. But it's not a spell or anything.
Right. Is it possible for me to dispel it?
Like,
would I know that?
You could try.
But I mean, like, what?
Melody would have no knowledge of a Sphere of Annihilation because they're rare.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to try to dispel it, I will allow it. It'd be a d20 plus your spellcasting modifier, though, based on the potency of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that Sphere of Annihilation just came out of nowhere, right? It wasn't like anywhere in the room.
Because you can't see them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I will try to dispel that.
Yeah. D20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Okay. That is a 16 plus spellcasting modifier. 21.
Let me think. I will say, to take over a Sphere of Annihilation, it's a DC 25 intelligence check, Arcana. So I'm trying to see what, to figure out in my head what the DC is going to be. You know what? Yeah, whatever. You currently, we'll say you currently end his control over it.
Okay.
So it just drops to the ground.
Ka-dunk. Melody will, in case anything that he just did made some noise, he will reposition, but still maintain as much distance as possible from this guy.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
That'll bring it back to a Serac, and he's like, I told you to leave. I really did. And he's going to point at the ashes of Yirio. Oh, no, wait, there is no remains. He's just going to cast True Resurrection and bring back Yirio.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I don't want to end a fucking campaign with a TPK. So, brings Yirio back and says, "Leave now, please. I'll give you the time to leave."
Yeah, let's go. That wasn't pleasant at all.
Yirio brushes the rest of his own ashes.
Yeah,
yeah, you're.
I'm out. Picks up the ring.
He only has he's stark naked except his ring and the sword. Let's go. We gotta go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Auggan drops his rage and puts down his axe and kind of slumps and goes,
Yeah, all right.
All right, let's go.
Not how I imagine this ending, but and you just see like a circle start to be drawn invisibly on the ground. You just see a circle kind of start being drawn.
And you guys teleport away.
Okay.
Where are we now? Take us.
We are in Candlekeep.
Alright, you are in a massive fortress library. It is just a fortress city that's basically a library.
Auggan looks around and goes,
Monks are wandering around. They see the new Dragonborn. They go, please put some clothes on. And they just give you a pair of extra Candlekeep, like, scholar robes.
Yeah, Melody will just go ahead and conjure some clothes for him.
All right.
It's about what is it? Yeah, so no larger than 3 feet on a side, and no more than 10 pounds. But if you fold things up, they can fit within that. So he's pretty much creating a folded up set of clothes for you.
For the sake of the narrative and me still wanting to rescue it somehow,
yeah.
You guys appear in Candlekeep. You spend time relaxing in here, gaining as much knowledge as possible of the world, information. You learn about a plot that Elturel, a city, has disappeared into the 9 Hells and is currently being pulled down into Avernus. You can see that story in our campaign on Sundays, Descent into Avernus. And you learn other information just regarding the world as a whole. You learn about other worlds. You learn about something called spelljamming vessels, about the ability to travel the stars around the world of Toril and through space and time. So I really want to do a spelljammer campaign. You also basically just get whatever you want in terms of information in Candlekeep. They have everything. But after some point, one of these kind of scholars will approach and say, I don't recognize you. You didn't pass through the gates. Entry fee into Candlekeep is a book of knowledge.
What do you mean?
The entry fee into Candlekeep is a book that we don't have in our library.
Fresh out of books.
I got no books.
But we can leave.
All right.
Oh yeah, sorry. One of the things that I didn't mention it before, but one of the things that Melody would have done in that year was make a copy of his spell book. Not saying anything, but that just reminded
you were given
me.
a copy of the spell book when it was returned to you.
So I have 2 spell books?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, okay, there it is.
There it is. All right. Yeah. If you don't have any books to give us, you have to leave.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Melody will
Is there a town?
create 3 books with his conjuration thing. There's nothing on the pages, but they look big and important.
All right. Flips through
and he'll just walk out.
All right. So you guys walk out back into the city streets. You can see Baldur's Gate nearby, all the other settlements, and for the first time, realistically, for the first time, maybe, you guys have the world to explore. And I think with that, we're going to start to do the epilogue stuff for each person. Makes sense. Because we only have like an hour left, and I do want to wrap this up nicely and not rush anything. So, I think we're going to start with Melody. What would Melody's epilogue be? Basically, what does he do for the rest of his life?
Right. Where's the map?
And there will be RP stuff during this too, so...
Yeah.
It's not all just, I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this.
Well, Melody gets about as far away from Waterdeep as possible.
Okay.
Pretty much on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
The continent.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Waterdeep is a coastal city, right?
It is. It's on the Sword Coast.
Yeah. He goes pretty much to the opposite end.
All right.
And sets up after attaining the permits and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
He makes himself a proper tower, and tries to set up a kind of a not like a what's the word? Prestigious? Prestigious, yeah. Prestigious. He's not trying to set up a prestigious school. It's more like the cheap one.
Okay.
He sets up a cheap school for other wizards to go to because he himself didn't have very much money to pay for things growing up, so he wanted to pay it forward, so to speak, and decided to share the knowledge that he had obtained. And he would still go out into the wilderness to have his little spurts of hermitage.
Mm-hmm.
And while he's out there, he would also find people that he saw the spark of arcane in.
Okay.
And would direct them to his tower.
Okay.
He didn't really bother going after any like artifacts or much after that.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks artifacts are pretty much a bad idea, and he focused everything else on just the weave and learning how to bring forth good from other places and share it with others.
Okay. Anything else?
If he ever sees Halaster again, he's essentially going to cast rope trick above Halaster and toss the bag of holding in there.
you would most likely never see Halaster again.
Yeah. But that's like the thing that he's pretty much has in his back pocket all the time. It's just like some way to like get someone as far away as possible.
Okay.
So,
and all right. And Melody is a turtle still, so their lifespan is not.
If he ever gets to 9th level, the access to 9th level spells. Right now he has 8th level, but if
most
he gets
likely
9th level,
by the time he gets into old age,
he wouldn't do Wish. He would do True Polymorph
and turn back into Melody.
You can turn into whatever the f he wants.
What's he turn?
Polymorph.
Am I going to decide what that is, or are you?
What do you mean?
What's Melody turning into with True Polymorph? What is it? What is the
there
end
a way
of
to
his?
Randomize
No, there's not. But what does the end of his story look like?
Let's see. True Polymorph. He has seen a Planetar before.
There is a wizard. It's a fun fact. There is a wizard in Descendant to Avernus who casts True Polymorph on himself into an otter and prefers that form over being human.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. Melody might. He'll probably just, on a whim, just change it whenever he feels like it. What he wants to be, whenever.
Okay.
And that can range from a beholder to a mimic to a planetar to an illithid if you wanted to like really study why or how they might think the way they do, and tried to gain insight through these bouts of transmutation, so to speak.
Okay. And does he ever stay in one form a little too long so it sticks?
No, actually. He, like I said, he'd be doing it pretty much constantly. Like he's never really felt comfortable in any body. You know,
okay.
Like his original body, he'd always felt portly. Like his body was just kind of a carrier.
Okay.
You know, it was just his vehicle.
All right. And eventually, as it happens to everybody, I don't assume Melody would be one to go down the path of lichdom. So, eventually...
Oh, we're taking these all the way to death? We're not going to just have them retire?
No, I want to know how their story ends. Stories like end. If like, they don't have to die, obviously. But, like, where would Melody's story end? Like, completely end. Like, a nice little bookmark to end it.
Oh.
Again, doesn't have to be death, just... The last time anybody would really...
I didn't know how that I had to have some like that deep into it. Sorry. Let's see. Damn.
If he just, like you said, if he just keeps going, turning himself into stuff, getting knowledge, that is a good ending.
Yeah, I'm just traveling the earth and plains.
Okay. We'll bring it to Auggan next. What does Auggan do for the rest of his adventuring days? Like, how does his story end? Does he draw anything from the deck of many things? What's he get up to?
Auggan spent most of his rest of his life adventuring. He was from Cholt in the south and the mountains in the north to the plains of purple dust in the east. He was all over Faerun over the next 40 years or so. And finally he decided, after getting a few injuries, that it was time to retire, and he went back to his village in the mountains up north. And his mom was gone, and all of his friends were gone. He found a a woman then married her, and they had grandchildren, and
No children, just straight to
nope,
grandchildren.
no children, just straight to grandkids when you're that old, man.
Nice.
And well, the woman he found already had kids, so there was babies. And eventually, at the age of around 110, Auggan just went on.
Never drawing a card from the deck of many things.
Never did. But he has children. And,
What's this?
and they inherited everything, right?
Oh, what's this do?
We'll leave that for another story.
And that's how the world gets reset.
Reset completely.
Alrighty.
They go fish.
I did neglect to mention it, but
Yeah.
Melody would regularly cast sending to keep in touch with everyone too.
I figured.
All this time.
Yeah.
Let's go to Rylie next.
So, Rylie, she spent most of her time before adventuring alone, and so she kind of gets it in her head that now that she's tasted adventure, she wants to travel a bit. So she just kind of goes around, not going anywhere sort of specific, but just few days everywhere, having the odd adventure on the way, meeting people, forming new adventure parties, seeing old friends, staying in touch with the others, visiting them, visiting Melody's college occasionally.
Okay.
And eventually she comes across a small town, and she gets to know the people and the community, and she sort of realizes that what she was really looking for was a place to call home. So she kind of decides to settle down there, meets someone, gets married, has kids, all that, and just sort of forms herself in this small town, she becomes a school teacher there, sort of more or less just completely abandoning everything to do with adventuring and just becoming a small town villager.
Okay.
And she'll tell her grandkids about all the adventures she had.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, we bring it to Yirio.
All right. So Yirio will spend until the sword explicitly requests to be his time to be ended. Yirio will spend his time continuing his adventuring, but kind of focusing more on less fighting and more just discovery of lost civilizations or lost ruins and all the fun stuff with that. I would say like joining groups that are going on these expeditions and kind of being the muscle and the kind of the essentially writing books. So he's kind of keeping a detailed journal or journals over the years of these various places that he's visited, not really focusing on, getting the money, the pay, but not really focusing on heroic kind of thing, anything heroic, I would say. But yeah, when the sword makes the request to have his soul taken or removed from the sword, Yirio will offer a bit of will offer to bring it to the place where he was created, or it was created.
Okay. So you spend some time adventuring to find the location. And it eventually brings you into the Underdark. And there's a swamp down there where this dragon had resided in life, where it was sealed inside the sword, and then brought by the drow that lived down here into Cormanthor to become the guardian, essentially. And you find your way into the swamps. And you find a ancient black dragon's skeleton.
Okay. Like removing the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for everything. But it's time. He'll bring it to the skeleton. And he's going to... Is there... I think kind of preparing for this, he would have had items at the ready to destroy. He's not using the ring.
All right, so you pull the sword out and you approach the skeleton, but as you approach the skeleton, the blade's glow diminishes. And it just feels lighter in your hands, almost vacant. You don't feel the presence anymore. And you look over and the skeleton writhes a little bit and stands up. Flesh regrowing, veins, wings, and before you, Zorlessel is reborn into their body and just looks down at you and says, "Thank you."
And he bows.
Where would you like to go next?
Do you recall that mountain peak? What was it? Many, many years ago where we slayed that white dragon?
Yes.
Can you put me there?
Of course.
Okay.
And he gets down so you can climb aboard.
Oh, I thought he was going to teleport me. Okay.
Oh, no.
He's going to fly me. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So
you climb aboard.
You climb aboard this ancient black dragon and immediately just flying through the tunnels of the Underdark and eventually bursts out of the ground in a place that is suitable and starts flying towards that mountain. And Yirio, you guys disappear into the clouds, and after a few hours, land on top of the mountain.
Okay, he'll slide down. He'll pull the ring out and look up at Yorisil. I want you to be here for this.
Okay.
Okay.
And he kind of just like gets comfortable in the snow, just overlooking you.
He backs up about 30 or so feet away from Riffle's form.
Yeah.
And to the ring, low. I wish to become an ancient silver dragon while retaining all my memories of this life.
The ring shatters. And whatever weapons you were carrying, whatever like clothing you're wearing, all just torn asunder, falls into the snow. And your body starts to twist, and you can feel the bones snapping and breaking and rearranging themselves. It's painful. And you feel yourself just close your eyes permanently for a moment, almost as if you die. And then there's a flash of light, and you look around, and everything's a bit smaller than you remember. And you look down and you see 2 massive silver dragon legs, and you feel just immense wings on your back. And Zorlessel just looks at you and goes, "Interesting."
I figured with this form, I can bring more good to the land. I didn't feel strong enough without you.
Makes sense.
And he's going to make his home at the top of this mountain.
All right. As you lair at the top of this mountain, a blizzard comes in once again and takes the place, swirls around, and you watch as Zorlessel just flies off the mountain into the clouds and disappears out of sight. Adventurers never come to harm you, and if they do, they come for guidance and question. Never to slay you, because silver dragons aren't evil. And for the next thousands and thousands of years, you sit atop this mountain, a guide to mortals of the realms, and eventually time continues to pass, and you go from being an ancient dragon to a great worm. And who knows what happens after that. But before everything ends nicely like that and everything comes to a close, we find ourselves leaving the party, leaving their focus. And we're in Pandemonium. Bleak, what was the name of that place? Madhouse. Is fine and bustling again. People aren't being taken by Illithid anymore. And Desmond has reinforced the Bleak Cabal to what they should have been. Adukash. Still, Librarian of Knowledge. Morfan the Beholder soon expands his business to the other planes and elsewhere in the material plane. And we also find ourselves in Halaster Blackcloak's tower in Undermountain. A figure lying on the ground at his feet, armless and eyeless. And we see Halaster Blackcloak looking in a book, Tome of the Whispered One, holding it up with the left hand of Vecna, the eye of Vecna glowing in his eye socket, the body of Caligar at his feet. And he just smiles and says, "Now that's a good ending," and closes the book shut. And that's where we're going to end Hearts of Madness.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, that was so good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Oof.
I like
So,
dragon.
Halaster Blackcloak has the hand and eye of Vecna.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Undermountain's so scary now. Super scary.
Yirio's his ancient silver dragon, or more. Melody is spending his time turning into different things.
Yeah, he can turn into an ancient brass dragon if he wants.
Yeah. Rylie is a teacher, and Auggan is dead. died of old age.
He just got old.
I mean, we all did eventually.
For shits and giggles, doesn't count to anything of this narrative, I did draw a card from the deck of many things when his kids would have inherited it, and they got the fighter that resembles you as a bodyguard.
Oh.
So it would have been one of Auggan's grandchildren, just dressed up as a knight. Just, I'm here to serve.
That's so good.
I could turn everybody into things.
But
Polymorph can be cast on. I could turn people into chairs if I want.
Yeah, that's right. But
guess what? You've always been a chair.
Thanks for watching, everybody. That is the end of Hearts of Madness. That ending did not go how I thought it would. But here we are. yeah, so that's like 40 episodes. That's a 40 long story, episode long story if you count everything that happened in Dungeons of the Mad Mage and everything here. We're back next week with one of our first one-shots for our break from this campaign. Return to House from Ben Hill. So the cast, all you guys, will have to give me 5th level characters to run through real quick for a one-shot. Let me double check. But either way, I'll give you guys the information anyways. So next week we'll be back with a one-shot in this time slot. Return to House from Ben Hill. And as the party goes into a basically haunted house that is inescapable. It warps reality and everything. It's super fun. So that's next week. I don't know what the rest of the weeks are going to be.